Hudson O'Neal, the New Deal, going to bring us down to the green flag. It's waving and we're racing. Huddy going to shovel it off of the exit of turn number 2 as your race leader down the back straightaway. Bobby Pierce trying to gallop to the inside of Ricky Thornton Jr. That for the number 2 position. Work him across the stripe. 1 lap scored. Hudson O'Neal going to lead. Huddy goes a little bit pushed tight right through the center of turns 1 and 2. Ricky going to reel up to the inside. Side by side for the top spot. Here comes Bobby. Bobby Pierce working the high line of the speedway. 3 wide, stair stepping down the front chute. Good battle here for the top spot. 4th belongs to Fager in 25, the rolling dice. Rounding out your top 5. That's the mailman, Devin Moran, off of turn number 4. Hudson O'Neal still leads half a car. Top 3 out front, breaking away. You can cover them up with a pizza box as they work them off of turn 2 down the back chute. O'Neal, Thornton, and Bobby Pierce all right there. Stair step, 3 wide. 4 laps score to the books this time by Huddy still leads. Good battle side by side for the top spot. Hudson O'Neal on the outside. Ricky Thornton Jr. working the bottom side of the speedway. At the stripe, it's 3/4 a car length the advantage for Hudson O'Neal. On the clock, it is 0.129 seconds. All your top 3 right there off of turn 4. 6 laps in the books this time by O'Neal with a half a car. Early race, top 3, absolutely on point here as we work them nose to tail. Down into 3 and 4, they'll separate out. 7 laps score to the books. Hudson O'Neal still out front. Ricky Thornton Jr., Bobby Pierce, Jason Fager, and Devin Moran. That's your top 5 as we get them down the back straightaway. 3 wide once again, down into 3 and 4. Bobby going to look high to the outside. Off of turn number 4, Thornton to the inside. Hudson still leads. Same song, different verse. Hudson O'Neal, the best car in the speedway, or at least with the most advantageous racing line as we work them down into 3 and 4. Ricky going to give chase to the inside once again, trying to cut it up underneath. O'Neal now into the top position, but here comes Bobby. Bobby to slide back to the inside. Huddy will step back to the inside. We've got caution down the back straightaway for the 5th place car. The mailman, Devin Moran, woed and slowed down the back straightaway. And the first time we are under caution with 9 laps score to the books, 91 laps to go. Back underway. Huddy going to slide all the way to the top side, try to diamond on the exit at turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Separate them out. Now we'll get side by side for the number 2 spot. Bobby Pierce to the outside of Ricky Thornton Jr. for the number 2 spot. At the line, give the 2nd spot to Ricky. Bobby Pierce 3rd. Jason Fager trying to hold on to the number 4 spot. Superman Jonathan Davenport putting the heat on, working the bottom side of the speedway. 10 laps, score to the books. This time by 90 to go. Working him down the back straightaway. Hudson O'Neal starting to slow the pace down here. Separate everybody out, settle things down, get into a little bit of a groove. As we roll towards 90, 88 laps remaining, 12 laps score to the books. Sometimes you need a calculator. Business picking up for that number 2 spot. Bobby Pierce on the inside of Ricky Thornton Jr. once again. Off of turn number 2. Working him down the back straightaway. Huddy working out front. 13 laps score to the books this time. Good battle here for the number 2 spot. Bobby going to throw the little slider down the back straightaway. He'll take the number 2 spot officially this time by 15 laps scored complete. Hudson O'Neal, Bobby Pierce, Ricky Thornton Jr., Jason Fager, Jonathan Davenport, top 5 cars. 6th is Ryan Unzicker. Brandon Shepard goes 7th. 8th belongs to Kyle Bronson. 9th is Mikey Marlar. Tyler Erb Turbo sits in the number 10 position as we work them across the stripe once again. Top 3 cars in the tire tracks of each other. We'll work them down into 3 and 4. Huddy to the top side, Bobby to the inside. Race for the lead. Half a car length for Hudson O'Neal. Huddy trying to work on the exit at turns 1 and 2. Just a tick tight there. A whole bunch of left wheel input. We've got one slowed off at turn number 4. That's Billy Moyer. Hoed up on the exit at turn number 4 with the right rear super wrinkle on the 21 machine. Trouble, trouble, trouble. Caution is out once again stopped car and debris on the speedway. Huddy going to stampede off of turn number 2 as your race leader down the back straightaway. Bobby going to glance to the inside as we work him down into 3 and 4. Jason Fager in the rolling dice 25, trying to hang on to the number 3 spot, but Superman Jonathan Davenport right there with him as we take him 3 wide for the number 4 position. Good battles down the back chute side. This time by, it'll be officially 19 laps scored in the books. Your race leader still Hudson O'Neal, the New Deal. Out front, car number 1. Top 2 separate themselves from the rest of the field. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all lined up, racing hard on the exit of turn number 4 and down the front chute side. 20 laps officially scored in the books. 20 down, 80 to go. Hudson O'Neal, Bobby Pierce, Jonathan Davenport, Mikey Marler, Jason Fager, your top 5. 6 belongs to Brandon Shepard. 7th is the El Paso Express, Ryan Unzicker. Turbo up into the number 8 spot. 9 belongs to Ryan Gustin. Shannon Babb in the 10th position, rounding out your top 10 buggies. Business picking up for the number 3 spot. Superman trying to hold off Mike Marler, a pair of Longhorns. Locked in a battle down the back straightaway. Davenport to the top side. Mikey looks to the inside as they roll him up off of turn number 4. Give the spot to Jonathan Davenport by a half a beak as they work him down the front chute side. Out front, your top 2 getting away. Brandon Shepard bringing the B5 up into the number 5 position. 4th belongs to Jonathan Davenport. 3rd will be Mikey Marler in 157. 2nd spot still Bobby Pearson, 32. Hudson O'Neal, the New Deal. Your race leader, 25 laps scored to the books this time by. 25 down, 75 to go at the quarter pole. Layover flag on the speedway right in front of your race leaders. We come up on the first car in lap traffic. That was your lucky fan vote driver, the Kokomo Clash feature winner from 2022. James Walters is going to be the first car on the hit list. Hopefully he'll get the picture of the layover flag on the speedway and give it up smooth. Top 5 remains the same. It'll be 28 laps scored this time by. 72 laps remain. Hudson O'Neal over Bobby Pierce, Mikey Marler, Jonathan Davenport, Brandon Shipper, your top 5. 6th is Turbo. That's the mover and groover on the speedway. 7th spot belongs to Jason Fager. Ryan Unzicker, the El Paso Express, back to the 8th spot. Shannon Babbis, 9th. Ryan Gustin, the Reaper, sits in the number 10 position. Good stuff here as we work towards the 30th marker. 30 down and 70 to go when your race leader comes to the stripe this time by. We've got trouble. Caution out on the speedway for the 34. Back down to the green flag. It's waving. We're racing. Oh, Bobby gonna throw her deep, sell her cheap. Mikey Marler gonna roll up into the number 2 spot as we work him down the back straightaway. B. Shep, the lone soldier, inside of the top 5 cars, working the high line of the speedway. As we rip him off into 1 and 2, Hudson O'Neal gonna slide right through the center of the racetrack. On the back straightaway, he'll go with a full head of steam. This time by, it'll be 31 laps scored in the books, 31 down. Our scheduled 100-lap main feature event here, Kokomo Speedway of the XR Super Series. Good battle for the number 2 spot. Mikey Marler hanging on to it. Now Bobby Pierce trying to run back to the inside as we work him up off of turn number 4, side by side there for 2nd. Hudson O'Neal, the class of the field here in the early go, but it's early. We're not even to the halfway point yet. Good battle here for the number 2 spot. Mikey Marler trying to shut down the momentum of Bobby Pierce as we work him down the front chute now into 1 and 2. Bobby get a pinch tight, working around the huggy poles as we roar down the back chute side. Marlar just one line higher as we work him up off of turn number 4. Bobby looking back to the inside. Can't get the job done there. Brandon Shepard of B5 waits in the wings in the number 4 position. Tyler Erb Turbo bringing that car number 1 up into the top 5 cars. Cautions out down the front straightaway. Trouble for Kyle Bronson, the 40B, headed on into the hot pit area. Slowed down the front straightaway. Main all the way up into the top 5. Green flag and away. Working them off at a 3 and 4. Once again, it's going to be Hudson O'Neal leading us to the line. Mikey Marlar, Bobby Pierce, Brandon Shepard, Tyler Erb. Top 5 cars. Tyler Erb started in the 13th spot. He's +8. As we go just outside of your top 5 cars, we take them 3 wide. Jonathan Davenport on the outside of Tanner English on the outside of Ryan Unzicker. That for the number 6 spot as they start to shake themselves out now. It'll be once again Hudson O'Neal, Mikey Marlar, Bobby Pierce, Brandon Shepard, Tyler Erb, top 5 cars. 6th is Unzicker. 7th is Jonathan Davenport. 8th is Tanner English. 9th, Shannon Babb. Squirrel Brian Shirley sits at the number 10 spot. 38 laps scored in the books and 62 remain. Side by side off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway for the race lead. Marlar going to take a peek to the outside off of turn number 4. Huddy with a little bobble there, still enough to hold down the top spot as we work them into 1 and 2. Battle for the race lead. We're starting to develop a little character mark on the bottom side of the entrance of turn number 3. That gets a little bit of bobble upset as we come to the stripe. 40 laps, score to the book, 60 to go. Your race leader, Hudson O'Neal, he's led them all. Bobby Pierce on the high line. We got snakes and sparklers working through the center of turns 1 and 2. He'll gather it up, not lose a spot, but lose some ground to the back bumper of the 157 of Mikey Marlar. The battle on the speedway right now for the number 4 position. Brandon Shepard on the outside of Tyler Erb, the B5, working on the outside of the 1 out of New Waverly, Texas. And the battle inside of your top 5 cars right there, working under the flag stand. Bobby going way to the top side. I think the 32 might be going a tick free as we'll work them down to 3 and 4. Hudson O'Neal, Mike Marlar, Bobby Pierce. Too close to call. 4th and 5th side by side. Tyler Erb, Brandon Shepard. Live timing and scoring gives it to the B5 of Brandon Shepard as we start to work back up onto lap traffic cars. Once again, 44 laps, score to the books. 44 down, 56 remain just inside of the halfway point here as we work them down the back chute side. Good battle for the number 2 spot and the number 4 spot on the speedway as your race leader works up on lap traffic. He'll negotiate down through the center of turns 1 and 2. James Walters going to give it up smooth once again down the back chute. Mikey Marlar, Bobby Pierce, Tyler Erb, Brandon Shepard, top 5 behind your race leader, Hudson O'Neal in 1. Separating, working them through just inside of the halfway point. It'll be 47 scored this time by 53 remain. Mikey Marlar getting aggressive on the lap cars, working through. Trying to go back to work on your race leader, but here comes Bobby Pierce. Bobby going to slide to the outside as we work him off of turn 4. Hudson O'Neal, Mike Marlar, Bobby Pierce, Tyler Erb, Brandon Shepard. Top 5 cars. Out into turns 1 and 2. Bobby up on the top side, trying to clean one up, just banging boards through 1 and 2, and back to the bottom side as we work them through 3 and 4. Working through lap traffic, we'll come to the halfway point this time by officially. 50 laps, score to the books. 50 laps remain. Your race leader, Hudson O'Neal, at the halfway point. Marlar, Pierce, Shepard, Erb, your top 5. Then it's Unzicker, Tanner English, Brian Shirley, Shannon Babb, Jonathan Davenport rounding out your top 10 cars. At the halfway point now, working the back half. Marlar going to try to roll one line higher than your race leader, Hudson O'Neal, off of turn number 4. Down into 1 and 2 they'll go now. Marlar back to the inside as Huddy's going to bang boards on the exit of turn number 2. Down the back chute, they'll swap rolls. O'Neal back to the bottom side. Marlar will slide high as we work him down the front straightaway. It's about a car length and a half between the two. Bobby going to ride along right there in the tire tracks of your race leader as we work him down the back straightaway. Marlar, the only car working off the bottom of the speedway inside of your top 5. The other 4 glued to the huggy poles. As we start to work back up onto lap traffic cars once again. 55 laps will score complete right here for your race leader, Hudson O'Neal. Led for the first wire, looking to go wire to wire here. But the challenges have been plentiful. Bobby showed it, Ricky showed it, Marlar showed. Top 3 cars, you can cover them up with a cocktail napkin about any time we work them through as we roll them all down through 1 and 2 there. Hudson O'Neal going to jump it right over that first tire on the entrance to turn number 1. Now things are going to get hairy as we come to the stripe this time. 57 score to the books. Your race leader, Hudson O'Neal, Mike Marlar just on the back bumper here, working him down into turns 1 and 2. Marlar looking to roll a little bit of momentum down the back straightaway. Lap traffic in front of your race leaders. 58 laps scored this time. Hudson O'Neal, Mike Marlar, Bobby Pierce, Brandon Shepard, Tyler Erb, top 5 cars. Hudson O'Neal trying to do everything he can to keep right to the bottom side of the speedway and stay off the lap traffic. But the time is now. He's going to have to change lanes or move somebody out of his if he wants to stay in the top spot, because Marlar is chomping at the bit down the back chute side. 60 laps going to score this time by 40 to go. Marlar looking to roll to the outside of your race leader off of turn 2. Down the back straightaway they'll go. Hudson O'Neal still hanging on to the top spot. Marlar right there to the outside. 3 and 4 is the corner for the Winfield Warrior as he is right up taking a peek under the back skirt of the one of Hudson O'Neal. Kyle Bronson right in front of your race leader, an ill-handling race car. That thing has got the hop and pop all over the concrete on the exit of turn number 2, right in front of Mikey Marlar. He'll have to slice back to the inside. O'Neal slides up on the exit of turn 2. Here comes Marlar down the back straightaway, side by side for the race lead. 3-car battle working down through 3 and 4. This time by, it'll be 63 laps complete, 63 down, 37 to go. On the outside of the second place car, Mike Marlar. Here comes Bobby Pierce working. Marlar going to slide up, cut the momentum as we roar him down the front straightaway. Kokomo Speedway, how about it? We're getting with it. 3 wide in front of your race leaders. That's for position. All important as we work them down into 3 and 4. 65 score and 35 remain. Good battle down the back chute. Bobby Pierce on the inside of Mikey Marlar for the number 2 spot. Brandon Shepard's there. Tyler Erb's there. Top 5 working down the front straightaway. Right through lap traffic. We'll slice it and dice it. Kyle Bronson going to hit the left turn signal. Hudson O'Neal trying to hang on to the top spot. Marlar and Bobby Pierce slicing and dicing right through the lap cars. The cream rising to the top. How about it? Bobby all the way to the outside. Now Marlar going to try to slide back through it. Here comes Bobby. Down the back straightaway, shot out of a cannon. It'll be 64 laps complete this time by. Caution on the speedway, and thank the Lord for it. I was running out of wind. Shane Clanton, the Georgia Bulldogs, slowed and load on the exit of turn number 4. 2023, and then we got to get through this race first. Green flag and a wave. Huddy with a big bounce to the entrance to turn number 1. He'll gather it back together. B-Shep on the hammer. Valvoline sponsored race cars out front. Your top 2 off of turn number 4. Rocket 1 and the Rocket Shep. Your top 2 machines boogie down the back chute side. Bobby Pierce back to the 3rd spot. Ryan Unzicker trying to work up into the top 5 cars. He'll do so to the inside of the 157 of Mikey Marlar. Give him the 4th position. Fastest car on the speedway according to the My Race Pass live timing and scoring belongs to Brandon Shepard in the B5 as we work him off at turn 4. Hudson O'Neal, Brandon Shepard, Bobby Pierce, Ryan Unzicker, Mike Marlar. That's your top 5. 6 belongs to Turbo. 7th is Tanner English. Brian Shirley is 8th. 9th is Shannon Babb. 10th spot, locked horns with Dale McDowell, is the 49 of Jonathan Davenport. 72 laps scored in the books, 28 remain. Starting to sort ourselves out now. Half a track in front of lap traffic. Shouldn't be an issue for some amount of time as we work them down into 1 and 2. Hudson O'Neal on the bottom side. Brandon Shepard banging boards on the outside. That's the theme here at Kokomo. Work the concrete. Bobby Pierce, Ryan Unzicker, Mike Marlar, your top 5 cars. Turbo just on the outside looking in. This time by, it'll be 75 laps scored to the books, 3/4 of the way home, 25 laps to go. A Saturday night A-Main, all that remains. Altering the exit of turn number 4, we got a tire that has been, well, hockey pucked right out into the racing line just a little bit. Some guys are starting to tag it, move it back in. As we work them up off of turn 4, Huddy's going to adjust his line there. Bobby will adjust the tire. Tanner English the same. She's getting the old air hockey treatment. We don't want it there. We'll move it where we need it. This time by, it'll be 78 laps in the books. 22 laps remain. Hudson O'Neal leads Brandon Shepard, Bobby Pierce, Ryan Unzicker, Mikey Marlar. Top 5 working down the back straightaway as we start to separate out. Working towards the tail end of this one. Bobby Pierce in the 32, Snakes and Sparklers. Working the extreme high line of the speedway here at Kokomo. Off of turn number 4, looking into the number 3 position, excuse me. Tanner English on the moving groove to the inside of the 157 of Mikey Marlar. Give him the 5th spot. Marlar not going away down the back straightaway. They'll battle. Hudson O'Neal, Brandon Shepard, Bobby Pierce, Ryan Unzicker, Tanner English, your top 5 cars. Layover flag on the speedway. Straightaway separates your top 5, your leader cars, from the lap cars. Won't be long. We'll be picking our way on through them as we come to the stripe this time by. It'll be 17 laps remaining. 83 scored to the books. 17 laps to go. Starting to separate ourselves and settle everything down here in the late stages of this one. Hudson O'Neal, big hole in the entrance of turn number 1. You saw a couple of guys get airborne there with the left rear quarter. Brandon Shepard and Bobby Pierce. 2 of those cars working inside of your top 5. Huddy starting to work back into the lap traffic cars now as we come to an 85 lap score to the books. 15 laps to go. O'Neal's led all 85. Will he close it out here tonight? Brandon Shepard, Bobby Pierce, Ryan Unzicker, Tanner English working your top 5 behind Hudson O'Neal. Indiana, Illinois, Kentucky, your top 5 drivers working down the back straightaway. Lap traffic once again, just in front of your race leader. Hudson O'Neal, Brandon Shepard, your top 2. Bobby Pierce still sits 3rd. Ryan Unzicker 4th. 5th belongs to Tanner English. 89 score to the books. This time 11 to go. Hud gonna roll in a line higher now, looking to the outside of Dalton Wilson, the big perm down into 3 and 4, trying to take another lap car spot as we work him into 3 and 4. Onto the inside he'll go now, roll to the outside, down through 1 and 2. Brandon Shepherd gonna follow in the tire tracks of the lap machine. Down the back straightaway, your race leader into the concrete, now back to the inside. Much safer territory on the bottom of the speedway, single-digit laps remain, 9 to go. 91 in, 9 to go. Dalton Wilson, layover flag going to be on the speedway. There's a race going on that you're not a part of. As Brandon Shepherd going to look to roll to the outside of your race leader. Up off of turn number 4. Huddy stuck right there in the tire tracks of the big berm. Brandon Shepherd trying to roll up through the dirty part of the racetrack. Everybody's migrated to the bottom, and they're throwing all that looseness that they're finding on the bottom right into the center of the racetrack, dirtying up the racetrack, therefore taking away the traction as we work them down. If off of turn number 2, B. Shep with the preferred line. Huddy trying to give it to the top side as we'll work them back down to the 3 and 4, 6 to go this time by. B. Shep looking to make a move to the outside. Bobby Pierce now right up to the deck lid of Brandon Shepherd's B5 as we work him up off of turn number 4, side by side for the race lead. Hudson O'Neal, Brandon Shepherd, they touch. Out into 1 and 2, race fans, 4 laps remain, up on your feet. Let's close this thing out in style. Out of the bottom side now, Shepherd gonna look to the inside, a lap car right in front of your race leader, side by side for the race lead, 3 to go. Good battle here. Hudson O'Neal working the high line of the speedway, bouncing and pouncing as we work him down into 3 and 4. Good action here as we bunch him up behind a lap car. Dalton Wilson holding serve on the bottom of the speedway, doing exactly as instructed as we work him down the back chute side. It'll be green flag high in the air this time by 2 to go. Hudson O'Neal, 98 clean and green. He'll look for 2 more. Brandon Shepherd, Bobby Pierce, Ryan Unzicker, your top 5 cars going to battle down the back straightaway. All right there, cover them up with a pizza box as we work them into 3 and 4. Here comes Bobby, white flag and a wave. Who's it going to be? Kokomo Speedway, up on your feet. Let's finish it in high fashion. Hudson O'Neal, Brandon Shepherd, Bobby Pierce, Ryan Unzicker, Tanner English. One final corner, one final chance. Checker's going to wave. Who's it going to be? Hudson O'Neal, the New Deal, picks it up.